no debate. First place, go play.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Humble Greatness in the building. Man, another amazing night. It's late, man. It's past my bedtime. I'm not even gonna cap. I'm showing my age right now. You know what I'm saying? It's late. It's late. But we here. Another podcast. We got two special guests with me. Who's the guy in the middle? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? My name is Dylan, a.k.a. DJ D.
DJ D.
Yes, sir.
DJ D. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Yeah, you already know EKM, Wichita Promo.
Wichita Promo 316. So, man, I'm going to start this off real quick, bro. You said you had a friend in town, right?
A friend in town.
Yeah, you said you had a friend in town.
Yeah.
Bro, so I've been getting a lot of messages, man. So I read your message, and for some reason, I don't know if this got mixed up or not. Is your friend a DJ?
No.
Okay. Because what I was thinking was, all right, you have a friend in town who's a DJ, and he's going to come with you.
Oh,
for some reason, that's what I thought.
No.
And I was like, oh, okay, so check this. So I'm going to just do a quick backstory. We just came from New Music Tuesdays with DJ 3.
Nice.
So we were leaving out, and I was like, man, 3, man, I got to leave early, man. I got a DJ from out of town who's going to be on my podcast.
Oh, I got you.
So then he's like, oh, okay, who's the DJ? And I was like, I don't even know his name. And he looks at me like, bro, what do you mean you don't know his name? Like, you don't know the name of your guest? I was like, nah, man, I don't. And I'm sure, like, I walked away, and he was just like, well, that's cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just wants to get out of here or something. But hey, that's what I thought. I love you, DJ 3. Anyways, yeah, man. So let's do this. We're gonna talk about what it takes to jump ship.
Gotcha. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What it takes to leave your job and do what you want to do full time. So I'm gonna dive into your story. Tell people, what you were doing before, kind of how you got into this and how you're doing this full time.
Gotcha. So I gained a love for music a long time ago from my parents, and they've listened to a lot of different kinds of music, a lot of different styles, and really opened me up to like many different genres, like variations of music. So kind of gave me that start as far as there. I was going to school and stuff like that, and for a little while, and I got to about college age and stuff. And mom and dad wanted me to go, but I wasn't necessarily, about it. So
now, let me ask you this. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Did your mom and your dad go to college?
No.
Oh, okay.
So it was like more like technical colleges.
I got you.
But not necessarily, yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
So, but I mean, I was at school, and during that time, even during high school, I was pretty much when I started DJing, and so I was going out and doing events. I was doing some proms. I was doing little parties, and that's kind of how I started. Yeah. And I really started from one of my dad's friends. He was DJing at a club, Frankie. Okay. He's DJing at a club, and that's really what I saw. And I think I was like 13 or something, and he'd taken me in the club, and I got a chance to like get behind the decks with him and kind of like look at what he was doing.
Yeah, that's dope.
And I loved it. So I kind of started DJing, and bit by bit it picked up, like being younger and just not knowing necessarily the ways. you kind of trial and error. You either figure it out, or you have people like mentors that are there that kind of walk you through those steps. And so I was working, and then I was DJing on the side, and I knew eventually at some point in time, if I put enough effort into it, it would be something that I'd be able to possibly do full time.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you try things and they don't work out. Yeah. But if you don't try things, then for sure they're not going to work out.
Come on, man.
So prior to COVID, I'd actually taken that. So what I was doing was I was working in offices and different things like that, and I figured, let me take a leap. And right when I took a leap the first time around going full time, I was hit with COVID,
Yeah, absolutely.
we all were.
We all were, yeah.
And it wasn't the best case scenario, but what I tried to do is I tried to use that time to really sharpen what I was doing.
Absolutely.
See, in a time that a lot of people were kind of kicking back and going, well, we don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to, take
Yeah.
government money and just sit there and keep it pushing. I decided to let me sharpen my skills. Let me figure out how to get more of a system down
Yeah.
to make things easier. Like I've always heard, system stands for save yourself, stress, time, energy, and money.
I've never heard that
Yeah.
before. You heard that before?
Nah, that was
Say that
crazy.
again.
So I've heard I've heard not stress. I've heard system stands for save yourself, stress, time, energy, and money.
That's cool.
Yo, write that down. That's dope. Okay, I love it. I've never heard that ever. That's awesome.
Yep. So I started kind of creating a system around. So primarily what I do is weddings.
Yeah.
However, I'll dip in. I'll do a bit of club stuff, do some corporate stuff, do some city events. I've been doing a lot of work with apartments, doing their openings, pool parties, different stuff like that. So just fun stuff around town that a lot of people are at. Basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I started basically trying to create a system. So when I jumped into weddings and weddings did kick off because I knew that would happen, I had something to go by. Well, COVID happened, and so that's what I did during COVID. So right after COVID, I basically ended up going back to work, and I was working at OxyFresh, cleaning carpets.
Yeah, yes, you were.
It wasn't
Yes, you were.
wasn't the most glorious job, but I feel like it got me in a space where I was able to conversate with people. I was able to get out.
for sure.
A lot of the times while I was working, I was also able to be on phone calls. Like you and me have had phone calls
Yeah,
while
man,
I
we've
was
had
working.
hour-long phone calls, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And from there, basically, I'd gotten to a point where I'd heard a mentor say a long time ago, when you start working on your business or your side hustle, and it comes to a point where your job gets in the way of your side hustle,
It's time.
that's when it's time. Yeah,
It's time.
That's when it's time. And that's kind of what it started happening a little bit. Like I was basically working. It was crazy. I would be working 8 to 5 basically, and then I'd get off, and Thursday night, so DJ. I'd do an event. Work Friday, DJ again Friday. Work Saturday morning after I finished at 2 a.m. Friday night, I'd work Saturday morning at 8 a.m. From about 8 to 2, and then go set up and do a wedding till like midnight. Come take down 2 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
Sunday was my one day to hang out with family, with my girlfriend, and it just got to the point where I'm like, man, I'm getting to the point where I'm like putting more pressure on myself and my body. Like my wrists were killing me, and I got to the point where I was like, if this gets in the way of doing something I like doing, like DJing, then it's not worth it to me.
You're right.
Yeah.
And so I had to make that decision at that point
Yeah.
in time, and from there that kind of went. One of the really big things that, and I know you and me have talked about this, like when I took that leap, one of the biggest things I decided to do was I told myself I need to have conversations with people who have one, taken the leap already,
Yes.
and two, are going to give me the right push, because I can go to the wrong people.
Yeah.
You can't have the right conversations with the wrong people, and you can't have the wrong conversations with the right people.
Facts. Write that down, man. Facts.
So
That's awesome.
I
You're
knew
right.
I had to talk to someone like you. I talked to someone even like
sure.
Fayola. And
Yeah.
the biggest things I learned was I was like, it's a different time now than it was the first time I took a leap, because that was the biggest thing. Like, it wasn't taking the leap the first time. It was taking the leap a second time around after I know that had not necessarily worked in my favor the first
Yeah.
time around. So really the conversations with you, with Fayola, like that was really big for me. That really was a push.
Shout out to Fayola, man.
Yep. Even my girlfriend, she was like, she was a big person during that time. She was like a soundboard. She'd be telling me, babe, it's okay. Things will work out. She's always been very supportive. So like
That helps
that's
a ton.
really big. That's a really big deal,
For sure.
So, but from there, I mean, things have. This has been my first full year, full time now.
Congratulations.
And thank you.
Huge deal, man.
thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
For
And
sure.
it's been absolutely incredible. My family's been super supportive too, and then a lot of people from around the community too. I mean, it's been incredible. It's crazy. Once you take a shot at your dreams, things just start falling into place. Like
Yeah,
you
man.
find more things to do. You find more things that you love doing, and
Yeah.
it's worth it. It's so worth it.
I think people always ask, how did you do it? And they always ask me, how do you do it? When do you know? And stuff like that. But I had a different motive, man, when I went full time. And when I went full time, man, I had a lot of people in mind, to be honest with you. I had a lot of people in mind, a lot of people who, such as yourself,
Gotcha.
and other people that I knew. It wasn't necessarily like okay, they're just gonna get to the time and then go. It was one of those like, I need to do this so people can understand like it's doable.
Right. You gotta lift the lid.
Yeah, man. And I knew, I was like, man, if I can successfully pay my bills and survive off of recording hip hop in Wichita, Kansas, that's going to motivate anybody to jump, because that's probably one of the hardest lanes, you know what I'm saying, to be in. So yeah, man, when I took my leap, I definitely had, okay. When I took that leap, I definitely had a lot of people in mind, man, and a lot of people that I was just like, man, I got to do this for them. I got to make it work, because I know as soon as I do this and it works for me, everybody else, I'm opening the door, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's it. That's really what ended up happening.
Nice.
And it's beautiful, man. And it's beautiful because we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. And so now it's just like, what, really here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some days I wake up and I literally go down to my studio and I'm like, I'm really doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's insane. Like,
Yeah,
I think about this because a lot of times, like, people, I don't know, especially for me, like in the school system, I really felt like I had to do something with school to make it, you know?
Yep.
And I think about everything I'm doing right now. I'm DJing, I do flyers, I do videos, I shoot production, different things like that. Like,
Come on, man.
a lot of this stuff I've learned from YouTube. Literally YouTube. I would be
YouTube school, man. I'm telling you.
YouTube University.
School. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I would just be up like nights just watching, and I put that time into it.
Yeah, I remember when you were making the promo videos for Clutch House.
Yep.
And I was like, bro, what camera do you use? And he was like, bro, I just use my phone. I said, for real? Bro, they were fire.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that
bro, it's fire,
we
bro.
got so many talented engineers, producers, video production people, DJs, and none of that's taught in school?
Yeah.
You can't. None of that's in high school. None of that. Isn't that crazy?
It's wild, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. High school needs to change the curriculum because the world is just different now, man.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying. So, I mean, I know they got some tech schools. I know my brother's a teacher in Dallas, so I know they built a whole video game like
Yeah.
Oh wow.
area. You know what I'm saying, like top notch computers, and they got like video game classes and stuff like that they offer,
That's
which
pretty cool.
is dope. You know what I'm saying. So, you know, my brother kind of living a dream with that because he loves video games. So
Nice.
it's just. I don't even know if that's here yet in Wichita. I have no
Yeah.
idea, right?
It's just crazy to me, like how many filmers, for example, come to you and say like, I want to learn how to shoot videos.
Yeah.
If they would have had that opportunity to have a camera in their hands when they were 15, 16 in school, like they would have been so far ahead by now.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
But it's also one of those things where, man, I'm not trying to diss film school. I'm not trying. I never went. You know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of people with film degrees that they're not filming.
Yeah.
And so
for
the thing
sure.
about it is, you might go to film school, right? Okay, if we go to school, we got to take out. Well, we're in debt,
Right.
however much money that is, right? So then I'm gonna learn on the top notch equipment that costs unbelievably amounts of dollars, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna learn everything, but then, bro, and I believe this happens in film school. They hand you a diploma and say, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm in debt, right? I don't have the money to, you know, buy a camera or, you know, buy all this or buy all of this.
Right.
Because I got all this school debt.
Yeah.
I mean, I could work on a set, cool, but I think nowadays, I mean, working on a set is awesome. It is, but man, I don't know. My creative juices flow to the point where it's like, man, I'm trying to create now. I want to kind of do my own thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or do your own thing in your own time so you can kind of get better on your own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not have to always just wait for different sets and different this and different that. But I mean, those film schools that are in LA and Atlanta and, you know, Florida, I'm sure they shoot stuff all the time. So it's different.
Right.
I'm thinking of the perspective of getting a film degree here in Wichita.
Yeah.
Like, if you do film school in Wichita, like, where do you?
Yeah. What do you do with it?
Yeah, do you get shipped out? Maybe get shipped out somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know of any like sets or crews or anything like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't.
I just think about little stuff like when I was in high school, I went to South High, and I remember like 2 years of high school, I took a class called Music Appreciation. What is that? Bro, all that, I just went to class every day and they were like, the Beatles are dope.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like I didn't learn anything. It would have been cool if I like could have did something with that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why didn't I get a class where I learned how to mix my own vocals? Like that would have been a cool little.
That would have been dope.
That would have been nice, man.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? So I used to DJ at my high school, right? Every once in a while I would try to. They wouldn't necessarily let me do the dances, but they would have the teachers do the dances. Because,
Okay.
I really don't know why. But the crazy thing was I remember I was in biology this one time and I got pulled out of class by the music teacher to help clean out a track for him because he couldn't play it at his dance. I was like, no way. No way. because you couldn't find radio like he wasn't subscribed to any DJ pools or
Yeah.
anything like that. So like I made the clean edits, you know.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah.
It was like when I had a conversation. Shout out to Thad Swift, and he's a videographer. And Thad was like, "Yeah, man, I think he went to college for like a week." It was like, "Yeah, bro, I don't need this. Like, I'm good." He was like, "Man, I guess." Like the beginning of the school year, you know what I'm saying? The teacher kind of asks you like, hey, have you done anything? Da, da, da. Bro, Thad's been shooting weddings since he was like
Yeah.
16, 17, right? So like his first day, I'm sure he shows him like, hey, this is what I'm able to do.
Yeah.
And the teacher's probably like, yeah, you don't
You
even need to
teach
be
the
here.
class.
I don't know what to even teach you. And he was like, man, yeah, I went there and, a couple days in, they want me to teach the class because I kind of just know everything. And he was like, yeah, I'm out. I'm just wasting my time. I'm out of here.
Yeah. See, I feel like social media has changed things so much.
It
Like
has.
I mean, we think about like now, 10 years, maybe 20 years ago, the people that the technology that exists in people's hands now did not exist necessarily 20 years
crazy
ago.
right now.
And the potential as far as social media and people like there's a 4-year-old, 6-year-old kid reviewing toys on YouTube.
Yeah.
Making more money than all of us
yeah,
combined.
Yeah. It's insane.
Was it Ryan's World or
yeah.
something?
Yeah, right.
Bro, what? His family got a whole production team, bro.
but it comes down to initiative. Like ultimately,
Absolutely.
it comes down to initiative. There's opportunities. You have the same phone that I have.
sure.
That we all have
You're
the
right.
same phone. We
You're
have the
right.
same opportunities in our hand. But like, what are we doing with them?
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Ryan's World, man. That kid got the bag, bro. Man, shout out to his parents, man. I want to meet y'all, man. I think that's dope. I mean, you're full time doing what you're doing too. Like,
Yeah, man.
what do you think, man?
It's a lot. It's a scary jump for sure.
It is.
100%.
It is.
Yeah. I don't even have a good reason to why I did it. I just came in here and did it one day. I talked to you and
Yep.
when I met him, I came in and recorded my first song and I was working at Target and I had some homies. I won't say their names because they might still work there. I don't even know. But I had some homies that rapped there too. And I just remember we used to be at work all the time, like rapping while we were doing the truck and everything.
Yeah,
We'd
for
talk
sure.
about, we talk about, oh, I'm finna do this video. I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna do this. And we would always talk about like, man, we gonna get fired. You feel me? Like we would be rapping and like my videos is a little crazy. My
Yeah.
lyrics is a little crazy. I was like, if my boss hear this, it's a rap. But I started thinking about it, and the more I thought about that, the more it bothered me. I was like, I don't want to care about that. It doesn't matter,
Yeah,
bro. I want to make
absolutely.
music. This is what I've always wanted to do. I want to say what I want to say. I want to do what I want to do in my videos. I don't want anybody. So I just went for it. I came in here one day and I remember I sat down on that couch right there and he asked me where I was working and I said Target and he was like, you like it? And I was like, nah, not at all. And he was like, so why are you there? I was like, I don't know. I had to go quit.
I never
the
thought
next
about
week, I was like, I quit. I don't like this. You're
Don't
right.
come to me about your job because you might just quit.
He will tell you to quit your day job.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man. I see all these young kids making all this money off of YouTube that are younger than me. You know what I'm saying? And they're not doing nothing special. But I'm gonna tell you this: the thing that they're not like superhumans. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just like us. But man, they put in work on the editing. They sit in front of that computer for hours.
Yeah.
Sit in front of that phone app and they edit in and they upload it and edit and upload it. So the thing that's tough with artists right now is, man, content.
Yeah.
Like, but the majority of us are on our phones all the time, right? So, man, make that content, man. The little TikToks and stuff. I mean, if you want to get known really for anything, if you really trying to blow up and have a huge fan base and blah blah blah, do all that, you got to hit that record button. Then you got to edit it.
Yeah.
And pay for some editing software on the phone. I think you can get a Video Leap for like $20-$30 a month.
Yeah.
And you could do so much in there. Just sit down, learn the program, and shoot, take off. But there's really no reason why anybody shouldn't have content, man. Everybody has one of these.
Yeah.
You have one of these, you straight.
Yeah. And
you in the game.
These things shoot in 4K. I mean, like
they do.
I've seen YouTube videos where people shoot full weddings, like literally full
And they be
weddings
fire,
on them.
bro.
and they look amazing.
Some of y'all got some cheat codes on that phone, man. I'm like, hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
Some of y'all's footage be looking too good. I don't know what y'all be doing. For real. Some of y'all got the phone sauce, man. For real. So yeah, that's really just what I wanted to tackle, man, because I grew up, you know, and my parents always told me you can really do whatever you want and stuff like that. So I always had the mindset like I can literally do anything.
Right.
I worked the jobs, trust me, I worked the long hours, all of that. But man, when COVID hit, it really just like I saw how quick life could change, and I was like, I don't want that to happen to me under a company circumstance.
Right.
I was like, it's time, man.
Yeah.
It's time to go full time, right? So it's the best decision I could have ever made. But man, just doing what you love all day and seeing some, you know, a little bit, you know, of profit and being able to survive. I'd never go back, bro.
Yeah.
I'm never clocking in for anybody ever again.
No, I can't.
Never.
do that.
I'm always putting the chips on me, bro.
Yeah.
All the time. Cause man, I can't see myself, and it's no disrespect to people who have jobs, but I can't see myself like a relative dying and I have to ask you if I can be off of work.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And I have to get that approved? What? Yeah, bro, I'm cool on that.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
Yeah.
I have to ask somebody when I can take a lunch break. I have to ask them, bro, get out of here. I'm cool on that.
Yeah.
I'm good. The air is beautiful on this side, I promise you.
Your energy, you know, when you're doing things full time, your energy is just so different. Like versus like being a Target, you know,
Yeah.
and then doing what you like doing. Your
Being on
energy
target,
level is
9-10
so different.
hours, and then you got to come home and
Yeah. Dead. I'm in
Yeah.
the mood every day.
yeah. Don't even want to rap no more.
for
You're
sure.
tired and yeah.
Yeah.
bro, it's-
But there's a time. I mean, there's a time we all started, you know, with jobs,
Absolutely.
and that like I had a mentor that always told me what you do in your free time is what will determine what you do full time in the future. So if you're messing around in your free time and you're not like, if you're just watching Netflix and stuff like that, you know, nothing against
Scrolling
Netflix,
for
but like,
hours, scrolling
but
for
if
hours.
but if you're not doing anything productive, what are things going to look like? Because if work's going into what you want, then it'll slowly start to change over time.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, you're underpaid and overworked. As time moves along, you get to the point where you're overpaid and underworked. I mean, things move around sometimes.
Absolutely. So, what's the next big thing for you, man? What's up?
So, I mean, going into this next year, we're doing a lot of. I'm doing a lot of weddings and whatnot. We're already doing a lot of bookings on that. I have three different DJs that do weddings for me as well, and then
Whoa, you got a DJ team under you?
yeah.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So I work with DJ Rocky, Marco Biotics, and
Okay,
then,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then I got a buddy of mine named Jay Easy, is my Latin DJ.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of different events. Jane, we have been doing Essence Salmantina, where we're doing an Afro Latino mix.
Oh, that's
At
dope.
Doma. So
That's
we got a couple
dope.
different different vibe things.
Okay.
So I'm kind of growing with that, and then I'm incorporating musicians into my DJ sets at weddings. So I work with Josue Estrada. Shout out
Fire.
to Josue.
So
And-
fire.
Yeah. And so I'm mixing at weddings. I literally have had brides and grooms ask for this. Like, we're mixing at weddings. We're doing cocktail hour and party section. And
Yeah.
I have a way with stems right now with
Okay.
with the software I use to separate vocal, melody, bass, and drums. So I'm able to pull out melody and let him play the melodies.
Gotcha.
And so we can keep the night flowing. We can get this really nice, like, because like with weddings and different events like that, live music has a very like good energy to it.
Absolutely.
And so when you mix kind of pre-recorded song selections with a live feel, you get a really you get an unbeatable energy. I've
That's
seen this
dope.
done at weddings like all over the country, and they got a saxophonist in the middle that's just, you know, just having a blast on like even EDM music and just different stuff like that, and it just sounds really good. So
what's the name of the entertainment company?
my entertainment company,
Yeah.
DJD Entertainment.
So it's DJD Entertainment, and you have those DJs under you.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Dang,
We work as a team. These guys.
I didn't
these guys
know it
are
was
awesome.
like. I mean, I knew it was you. I didn't know it was. And
Yeah.
they good people too. Like
Yeah.
I've met a couple of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they're very.
Dang, bro.
So
So,
yeah.
so then are you so? Golly, do you travel?
So I've done in the past. I've done weddings in Oklahoma.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
for
looking at booking things in Missouri as well too.
Okay.
So my goal is to build online as well as offline at the same time.
Absolutely.
And like I've watched DJs that literally went from charging about half of what they're charging right now to blowing up on social media over a mix or something like that.
Yeah.
And now they're charging, out the gate $5,000 for a wedding base price.
And they booked all the time.
Yeah, and they're booked they're flown out to like
Yeah.
Cancun and all these other places. It's absolutely insane. But like,
That's dope.
it's gonna take a minute to get there.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
you got to start somewhere to get somewhere.
Bro, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. This next year is gonna be busy, and then I'm just looking at incorporating just different things that Wichita really hasn't seen before.
Come on, man.
into
You
what I
already
do.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the same boat.
Like that.
We got all these ideas. Bro, me and him, we used to like just talk to each other, be like, yeah, man, I'm going to do this and this and this. We literally, I mean, shoot, it's Wichita. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could literally go anywhere else, bro. We can go to the Dallases, the Houstons, the Atlantas, the LAs,
Yeah.
and get their ideas and bring them back here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so many. There's so many.
There's
Every
so
time I go,
many.
literally, I see more stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, I would have never thought
I
of
would
putting
never
that
thought
on
of
that.
that.
That's insane.
Would have never thought of that. Yeah, man. So that's the goal. Nah, man, 2024 is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
2023 is nice. Like, yeah, this year was cool. 24 is finna get ridiculous.
Yeah.
For sure. It's going to be awesome. So what's next for you, EKM? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Man, just pushing these ciphers for real. That's
Yeah.
the main thing my brain been on right now.
Wichita Cyphers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to say a number on how many I'm going to put out or anything like that, but I got a dumb amount of lineups. It's stupid.
You do. You got that little journal kind of full, man.
Yeah.
I've
man.
seen it.
I listen to Wichita music all day, every day. So I have so many artists in my head that I'm like, man, I've wanted to see these two work for so long, or I've wanted to see this dude on this type of beat. I'm going to make it all happen. These dudes
dope.
don't want to work together, but I'm going to make them. I'm going to make them.
That's the only way the city's going to get better, man, with
Yeah.
teamwork. That's it.
For sure.
I don't have any more questions for you. You got any more questions for DJ D?
I want to know, the only thing I can think of, I want to know, like, first of all, how did you get into DJing weddings? Because when I think about it, like, DJing at a club, I feel like getting into it is almost similar to being an artist. You just show up to the club, talk to people, just kind of network, right?
Right.
You can't just show up to somebody's
No.
wedding.
Definitely not.
So, like, how do you even do
That's
it?
a great question.
You know what I mean?
So,
That's a great question.
So this comes back to my dad's friend Frankie that I talked about. So when I started hanging out with him and he started showing me around the ropes with DJing and whatnot, him and his partner Tian, they both pretty much ran I want to say not ran, but like they were a big figure in downtown. They had set up sound systems for clubs. They had DJ'd for different places. I mean, when the places are opening up, they reached out to them first, and so that's a lot of what was happening. And so, I mean, I figured, clubs are fun to DJ. Don't get me wrong; they're a
Yeah.
blast too. But when I talked to Frankie and I watched what he was doing, he said, "I advise you go into weddings. Everybody's doing DJing in clubs. Everybody wants to go DJ in a club. There's a lifespan to different things, and there's an environment of life in different things.
Oh, that's good.
So if you
Go ahead.
go into these places, and you don't have the right maturity level in those places, you can lose your way very quickly. You go into weddings, it'll kind of, first off, weddings pay pretty well compared to club gigs.
Weddings
Yeah.
pay extremely well compared to a club gig,
Yes.
unless your name's DJ Marshmallow. All right, go ahead.
So first off, that's that, and second, with weddings, yes, there is the stress of weddings. However, I learned the ropes with him. He'd go, okay, this is kind of how the wedding timeline runs. This is what we do. And over time, I used to work at a country club, Crestview Country Club, and
Is that on the north side? Where's that?
that's out east. They do the PGA tours and all out there.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I used to work over there through high school and a little bit after high school. So I learned how to work with clients, how to work with members, and kind of that feel. So the first weddings I actually started doing was at the country club. I got asked by my boss over there, and he was like, "Hey, I know you DJ. Would you be down to do it?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Have you ever done a wedding before?" And I was like, in my head, I was like, "Hell no, I've never done a wedding before." And I told him, I was like, "Yeah,
Absolutely,
let's do it, let's
yes,
go."
I have.
So I rented out equipment. I bought equipment. My dad helped in a really big way.
That's awesome.
Helped kickstart what I was doing.
Shout out to Dad. That's a big
Yep,
deal.
shout out to my dad. Shout out to dad and mom, both of them.
Yeah, for
Very,
sure.
very supportive. Even my brother, very supportive. And I basically decided, okay, let me get some equipment. Let me go sit down with them. I kind of literally looked up. I wish ChatGPT was around, but like I looked up back then, and I was talking. Even my mom was like, "All right, here, let's lay out a timeline. Let's go sit down." So we did this. Went through the first meetings, and the couple's literally like, "Have you done weddings before?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, I've done them with Frankie, but like I haven't done them like by myself. So I mean, I was scared to death the first wedding I did.
Absolutely.
But I knew in my head if I went through the first one, I at least could say I've done one wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I figured over time things will change, things will improve, things will get better.
course.
You know, how bad you are now is you're never going to be that bad ever again. Like you're
Yeah.
Ooh,
constantly
that's
getting better
good.
every single time.
That's good.
So
Come on, man.
so I was like, I just have to start. You know,
Yes.
just have to start. That was the biggest thing. And so I started, and then I did marketing on that first one I did. I just shot tons of video and started kind of using that as promo. And so when I'd sit down, when the couples would inquire, I'd go, "Yeah, this is the wedding I did," and I'd have content to show, and that's really, really big. Like, because you look at anything else for a wedding, photos, florist, cake, whatever else, you can try to some degree. You can try or see or visually see what that is. With DJs, unless you've been to a wedding or something that they've DJ'd at, you've heard a mix, or what most people do is they just go off
You
reviews.
have to have video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just go off reviews.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to, base what experience
Correct.
you're going to get.
Correct.
You can go, like, if you go to a friend's wedding and their DJ was really good and you want to book that same DJ, okay, you have a basis. But outside of that, a lot of people, they will literally, like, they don't know where to go to find DJs. Like, it's crazy. But I literally try to make it as easy as possible for clients to find it. So I will put videos of me mixing, what my setup process looks like, what my setup looks like, testimonials from couples, literally anything they would want. I've got mixes, wedding mixes that I've done at weddings, at people's weddings, up online.
That's dope.
And I've literally got everything easy to find. I want them to literally come to me and they're all ready to book because they've already seen everything they need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I also put myself out there on a weekly basis because I DJ at Doma, I do other restaurants and whatnot, and they can come and just, sometimes having, and that's another reason why, like, with clubs are like awesome, but I can't invite a couple, to come
Yeah. Yeah.
check me out at a club. It's not necessarily
Hey,
the
we're
same
getting
thing.
married. Well, shoot. Hey, come check me
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like,
Yeah.
bruh.
What is this?
Huh?
Yeah. But then, like, at a restaurant, they come have a meal and they listen, and then I have a variety. Because typically when I play open format, so I have a variety of, like, where I can go. And so with weddings is really where I had to develop that open format. And so that's why whenever because I've done weddings that are country weddings, not my favorite, but I've done weddings that are country weddings. I've done weddings that are country and dry weddings.
What is
no alcohol.
Oh, no alcohol. Yeah.
And I've still got people up and dancing. So it comes down to show it's about your song selections, it's how you read your dance floor, and those are really, really big things. If I could do that in a wedding scene, in a club scene, that is cake.
Cakewalk.
Everybody's coming out,
Yeah.
to have a good time anyway. It's cake in a club. Like, it's yeah. So, I mean, I've enjoyed weddings now. Now I've done so many weddings throughout the past, like, 10, 11 years. I've done so many weddings that I enjoy it now. I enjoy sitting down with the bride and groom.
Yeah.
Then you have family and whatnot. And I've just got it down to a system where it's like, everything's kind of set in stone. I've got my system set up through the inquiry process, through the meeting process. Everything's super simple. Couples super happy. And even at the weddings, the crazy thing right now is when at the weddings, I I basically just, I ask them, I'm like, which category do you go into? You either are super conservative, want to keep everything, very, very clean for the grandparents, for the kids and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or you just want to party.
Yeah,
You
for
know?
sure.
And so I asked them, I'm like, which category do you guys fall into? And they were like, typically now what I've been receiving is we just want to party.
Absolutely.
So what we'll do is we'll go through the process, and then we get to about the dance portion. We do maybe 30 minutes to an hour clean. And then after that, they want a club set. I mean, I've played straight EDM and dubstep at weddings. I played club hip hop, full out club style hip hop at weddings. And especially like even with my DJs that DJ with me, a lot of them have that club background scene.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they come into doing weddings, that's, that I want them to rock the best in a scene that they're comfortable in.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so everything's pretty much systemized.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super dope, man. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm super proud of you. I'm glad that you're doing, what you're super passionate about. It's so dope that you got a team under you as well, bro. Like, it's only up from here.
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro. I'm super proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
That's really all I gotta say. You got anything else you need to say, bro?
No, I think that's it, man.
I got you.
Man,
So-
we got DJ D in the building on another episode of Humble Talks. Man, all the information is down below. So if you want to go ahead and book them, hit them up on Instagram, any of that, it'll be right down here, man. Hit us up. We just normal people just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Y'all take care. Peace.